Hey everybody, welcome back to my BakeLikeAPro YouTube channel. Today is going to be a super exciting video. We are making pizza dough, a very large batch, in this brand new Revo Bake spiral dough mixer. And this here is the Titan Tilt 7.5 Pro model. And I'll put all of the information to this underneath the video in the description box. And I'll also put a link to the information in the comment section as well. So before we start, I do have an unboxing, which I just did, with a very detailed overview of this mixer. So if you want to check that out, you'll also see a link for that as well. In today's recipe, I am using a lot of pizza flour. I have a total of 1 kilogram here in these two bowls. We have 650 grams of cold water, 15 grams of salt, 3 grams of instant yeast, and 20 grams of olive oil. So those are the ingredients. Let's get started. So this is the maiden voyage with this really amazing mixer. I've never used it before, so I am really excited to see how it does. I'm going to get in all of my flour. Now I am using pizza flour, but you can use all-purpose flour as well. I'm going to add in my yeast. And as always, I like to stir that yeast in there. I like to hide it in the flour. That's good. And then the salt. That's good. And then our olive oil. And if you don't have olive oil, you can use canola oil or vegetable oil. And our last ingredient, our water. I'm going to close down my safety cage and we'll get the mixer going. This mixer has a really nice digital display. In my unboxing and detailed overview, I go through this display with close-up video showing you every component on the display. It is amazing. So once the cage is down, we can now turn the machine on. I'm going to turn it up. There's speed number 2. Right away you can hear how quiet this machine is. I'm going to turn it up to number 3. And just let that go. And you can already see that dough is looking really good. We'll take it up one more to 4. I think 4 is good. So I'm going to let this go now 14 minutes and then I'll be back. Alexa, set a timer for 14 minutes.
14-minute timer started.
Hey everybody, my timer just went off, but I'll just let the mixer go here. I just wanted to show you the nice kneading action that's happening inside the bowl. So that looks really, really nice. A very nice dough. I am super impressed. You can see that pumpkin pattern. Right there, you can see it at the top. Very nice. So I'm going to lift this up. It's going to stop the machine. I'm going to turn main power off. This mixer comes with a nice tool that will help you remove the bowl from the mounting plate. So if you don't have a lot of strength in your hands, you can use this tool. And I do have a little demonstration of this on my unboxing video. I simply just put it onto the plate and then just give it a little twist. And now the bowl is undone. And then I'll come over on this side. And I'm going to unlock this and just lift it right up. And perfect. Just clean off the dough hook. Oh, this is nice dough. Wow. I'm very impressed with this spiral dough mixer. That looks nice. Look at that. Oh, amazing. And then you just simply lift it up, tilt it out, and there you go. That's how easy it is. So I'm going to remove this from my bowl and then I'll be back. There we go. That is a nice dough. And there's our bowl. But look at this dough. I'm going to call it my Revo dough. My Revo bake dough. Look at this. Oh, that is nice. Check that out. And that here is an easy working dough. It's 65% hydration. As always, just for fun, I like to take a little reading of my dough. The total dough weight. I'm just going to put a little bit of water on my scale. That just helps with it not sticking. And then we'll take a reading. This is extremely large. So I want to try to get this to be accurate. Let's make sure we're at 0 here. And we'll get this on here. I don't want it going over the edges. 1795. There we go. 1795. So now that I've got the total weight, I want to do 6 dough balls, and I'm going to do them around 290 to 300 grams each. So I'm not going to bore you with this because you have seen me do this 100 times. But I'm basically just going to cut this into 6 pieces, and then I'm going to cut and add to each one so I get around that, 290, 295, 300 ballpark. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Obviously some of these are too big. And then I just start checking them out. So that is, I'll just do 2 on the camera and then I'll do the rest on my own. There's 318. So you just basically just keep cutting them down. You don't have to do this. You can do this by eye. So there's 298. I'm gonna take this one to 300. There's 299. That's close enough. And then let's take this one and see what this one's at. 302. Close enough. 299 grams. That one there is 298. 296. 294. These ones I think are closer to 300. There's 300 right on, and then this one here, and there's 298. So close enough. That's good. And then to shape them, which is the fun part, let's get them on camera here. There we go. So I'm just gonna go like this. I just want to push outward and then bring all those bits onto the inside. Just bring everything together, flip it over, and then this is where the forming begins. So you go in with your hand and you turn. So as you're going in, you're going this way and you're pulling everything down towards the bottom. Just like that. And then I have a little container here, and I have just sprayed the bottom with olive oil. So I'm just going to load all 6 into this container. So I'll do another one here on camera. So you get all of your little add-ons in the middle, and then just bring everything in like this. Just like that. Flip it over, and then again, go in and turn. Just like that. If you want to be fancy, you can give a little twirl like this. There are many techniques to do this. This is the way I do it. I have good results. So, and it's easy. And then right into our little container. So I've got 4 more of these to do. I'm going to do those off camera and then I'll come back. So I've done all of the dough balls, and then I have just sprayed them with a little bit of olive oil to keep them moist. So I'm going to be doing a 48-hour slow cold ferment with these doughs. So I'm going to leave them on my counter here for about 30 minutes, just to ensure that the yeast has started to reproduce correctly, and then I'll cover it with this cover, and then it goes into my fridge for the 2 days. At that point, the dough will be extremely cold. I can bring it out, and these doughs here, because they are smaller, about 3 hours and they will be ready. So I'll bring them out 3 hours before, whatever I need, bring them out, and then just let them come up to room temperature, ambient temperature, naturally. And then you're ready to bake them in your standard kitchen oven, exactly with the method that you enjoy. So I'll get the cover on. I'm going to let these sit here about 30 minutes, and then they go into the fridge. Hey everybody, this is 2 days later, so 48 hours later. I just thought I would film this little portion of video just to show you what your dough should look like after that 2-day in the fridge slow cold ferment. So I'm going to open this up. I just took this out about maybe, 5 minutes ago. Let's lift this off. And look at this. First of all, you can see that the dough has not overproofed. It's not touching the top of the container, which is a good sign. And now look at these amazing doughs. They are perfect. To remove these doughs, you'll either use a little bench scraper or you're going to use a little spatula, and you want to basically carefully cut these out. You're going to get a little bit of semolina flour in between, cut them out, and then pull them out. If you're going to use all of these doughs on the same day, just put the cover back on and let them sit here for about 3 hours. That will be enough time for the doughs to come up to room temperature, and then you're ready to use them. I'll just tilt this up so you can see what they look like. Look at that. Those are amazing doughs. So to end off this video, I'm going to take out one of the doughs, I'm going to let it come up to room temperature, and then I'm going to bake it in my Trapone Forza pizza oven. So to finish off my video, I always like to include a few photos of some baked pizzas that were made from the dough that we made in our video. So I'll end the video here. Enjoy the photos, and remember, if you want to have any more information about this amazing spiral dough mixer that we used in today's video, I'll put links to it underneath the video in the description box and also in the comments section. So if you enjoyed my video, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe if you wish, and if you're on Facebook, I'm also over there at BakeLikeAPro. So enjoy the photos, and I'll catch you on the next one.
And please subscribe to my BakeLikeAPro YouTube channel, and also click that notification bell to be alerted every time I upload a brand new video.
Bring me in, take all the sunlight. I'm going